Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back to Anno 1800. I hope you're having a nice day. Thanks for watching. Take a cup of coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy the tropics. That is Manola, of course. And in Manola we actually have a bit of work ahead of us right now. It's a quaint colony, so this is actually fine, right? It's doing well. There is no riots here, there's no fires. It's a little paradise until we came along. Yeah, well, we do have to change a few things for Manola, mostly for the better. One thing though we need to change that people probably don't like so much, and that is adding the nasty oil industry to the island or to the peninsula. And over here we have our oil fields, right? So Manola is rather lucky with that. We got 9 of them. That's probably not all. Right, so let's just have a quick look around. Oh, actually, that's all 9 of them. Alright, so no other oil fields available. And we can just go ahead now and build it. We have all the building materials here. At least that was the intention. And let's just check it out. And as we can see, oh my goodness, just by a whisker, we could actually get all of them in, except for this one up there. This is a bit unlucky. So we're going to build 2 of them. We need to build 2 of them anyway, right? There's no way that we can do this differently. So let's just go ahead and have 1 here. And we're going to have then also 1 here that is getting the other ones in, right? And with that, we can take these 3. Let's make these 4 here. And here we have the 5. The thing with that is distributing it makes it a bit easier also for those here to deliver the oil over to the oil harbor without congestion. In the oil harbor, well, usually I would like to have it, of course, in my industry zone. However, problem here is it's far away, and I really don't want to have a train going all the way to the other side of Manola just for the oil harbor. So we're going to have a smaller oil harbor here. That is making sense to me right now. And the cool thing about this is, well, it's getting the maximum protection there too. Let's just move this over. Actually, this should just work, right? We have enough space here. There you go. No problem, right? It's a bit hidden. It's not really dirty or anything like that, right? It's just where, yeah, the occasional ship will dock. And that's it. So let's get this started. The only problem I can see right now is that we might need to move a few buildings around. Let's start with this area up here. So once again, we are going to merge them. All right, so there you go. Now the thing is, it's going to be 2 oil trains, of course, distributing the oil. I don't know if we should have 2 tracks. We'll just see, right? So let's just build the bridge over here for the moment. It's a nice bridge. Marvel of engineering. And then we are going to move this one a bit away. Actually, this should just work over here. Perfect. There you go. Having a bit of a connection. It will go all the way down, so we are probably going to need to move this fella over there. He doesn't mind that. And then we got those people here. Unfortunately, I think these will need to move a bit further away. That should also be not a big deal. I mean, we have enough Corneleros. I might actually just delete all of them. I think it would look nasty a bit on that side, so let's just get rid of them. And we are going to expand Manola then anyway, right? And then we're just going to have a 1 big straight line all the way down. And as we can see, this is working for the most part. Yeah, actually it's working for all the part. Going right over here, and that's it. That was easy. I think it's never been easier than that. And we can go ahead now and build us 1 of these. And we're also going ahead and build us this fella here. And with that, we have the oil started. Let's actually upgrade the oil harbor right away 2 times to get a nice amount of storage in. Lots of oil containers close by. And with that, yeah, well, the trains should be coming out here soon. Can I actually build the next one? No, we do need some more windows again. I actually strained my resources a bit too much. One more thing we need to do in Pentagos, of course, is we need to build that oil tanker. In fact, we're going to build 2 oil tankers right away. And it's going to take a while for them to build. Really not that much, 10 minutes, right? And that's fine because the oil needs to pile up in Manola first anyway. And I would also like to have a few more cargo ships, right? We might still work on the normal cargo ship. We could also just go ahead and go with a bit of a bigger cargo ship that we have available there to us. The reefer ship is a swift one. And where is my huge collier? There it is. 8 cargo slots available. This is the one. It's a beautiful ship, and it can really transport a lot of resources. Back in Pentagos, I would like to go ahead right away with a few upgrades. You can probably hear it. I'm in a good mood today. We have lots of progress to be made to our beautiful cities. And here we are going to add a few more investors actually. Also here in the town center, I especially love this area here. It is looking really nifty. Mass transportation. With that, metro system once again unlocked, so we have it unlocked 2 times now. Once we have the building unlocked, now we have the demand for investors unlocked, right? There it is. And now we have this one, the subway luxury need here unlocked as well, which will give a lot of happiness and also a lot of coin. It's probably costing me quite a bit as well. We'll just see. And City Council finally decides on subway construction. After the expert commission were in favor of the introduction of a subway a few months ago, a scarce 2/3 majority of the City Council pushed through the construction of a first line. Politicians confirm a new central transport department must now be created, which, once finished, will be entrusted with the implementation of today's council decisions. And with that, we do have now the subway network available. Bear in mind, this is a mod. Holy cow, what kind of work went into this? And in order to build the metropole of the subway, actually look at that, a giant central department for thousands of employees working on the continuous subway network expansion and maintenance. This will cost me 2.5 million in construction and 1,000 reinforced concrete. It's also rather big. Is this a monument with several stages? No, it's not. It's just really expensive, right? And this fella here, once we build this, will unlock then the subway tunnels. So it is going to unlock an underground building system that we can have. And then we're going to add a ticket factory because we need to produce tickets. And also a subway factory to build the trains. This is huge. Unfortunately, it is out of our league for the moment, right? It's too expensive. So this gives me, of course, incentive to continue with the expansion of Pentagos. One way to do this is, by adding more investors, of course. So we're going to expand all the way in this area here too, where we have the jolly good electricity. This gives me 500 influence where we're sitting on right now. And I've also been thinking about how we would like to have the skins working in Pentagos. We got a few skins available, of course, right? To be honest, it's not looking so bad, right? The vanilla skin, but there's so many other beautiful ones. We've used this one a few too many times now, so I'm not going with the red bricks anymore. We could also go with the nightlife ones, or we could go with the colorful ones. Let's actually go with some colorful and some vanilla skin, right? So I think this is going to give me the most out of it. Or actually the white one. Let's go ahead with the white one. Not bad, not bad at all. With some beautiful red roofs, and this is, of course, as we can see, changing the look of Pentagos already. Gives it kind of like an innocent look. And I would like to do the same thing with the engineers. We have the nightlife, the colorful, and then the white engineers, and we can also push them over there, giving us a red look there as well, a red roof, at least for that city. This is once again changing, of course, once we have skyscrapers coming in, and we might also give us a nice smaller nightlife district somewhere, right, where we do have just some neon lights basically working, especially through the night. We should be able to see this then popping up. That was rather quick, and we already have the oil tanker Orion working for us now. So let's create a new oil route, the first one. And this one goes from, Manola to Pentagos. And we're going to pick up all the oil that we have here and deliver it over then to our city. Now we are back to Manola in the meantime, because over here we have now a few things for the positive effects of the city. So I was talking about the oil, right? This is rather polluting. And next up though, we want to work on some demand for these people here while opening up new things, new productions. First of all, we do need cigars and chocolates for my investors in Pentagos, and we do need some higher quantities of that. The problem is I'm already getting a lot of farming stuff done on Manola, and we're slowly getting to the limits of that, right? Because this area is still reserved for a bit of hacienda building. Here we already have the farmland together with this that we probably will need to expand a bit further outside the perimeter over there. And that's it, right? There's not that much more expansion I can do in this area. On the other side of Manola, we're already using the cotton fields, something that we're going to use now as well. It's getting tight, right? So in order to continue with the expansion, either I could settle on another island around Manola. As we know though, this is going to be very difficult to maintain, especially since we already need so much defense in Manola and I still need to expand on that. And those world warships will cost 50 to 70 influence each. So we're getting a bit tricky there with the influence once more. Holding another island is probably not going to be possible. So for this reason, we need to use the docklands in Manola, and we can do this, of course. First of all, the goods are being shared globally, so that means sewing machines, for example, would already be a pretty high value rating here. We could also, well, start with our own export goods, leveling them up in Manola directly. And this is actually a really good way. Coffee, for example, is extremely valuable. Coffee we can actually produce on high quantities, so this might be my sewing machine go in Manola. Let's check it out with the coffee roasters. We have them over here. Unfortunately, we cannot boost them with electricity. However, we can boost them with a trade union. And this is something we should be doing. I don't think I have an item yet that we can boost with here. But of course, we have, first of all, enough obrero workforce. So let's go ahead and build us another coffee roaster. Let's build us 2 more coffee roasters, in fact, and upgrade this warehouse here. Because we definitely will need more coffee roasters down the road for more coffee. We're already producing a pretty high quantity of coffee beans. So in that case here, look at that. We have a huge buffer to work with right now. On top of that, we have a coffee overproduction anyway for Pentagos. So in that case, coffee is a great starter here, right? With coffee starting it out. What should we import though? That is the important question here, and it's actually quite easy once you look at it. Of course, it's going to be plantain. And why is it plantain? Let's just have a look. We do need to import 950 for 118 tons of coffee. Because with that, we can unlock chocolate, right? And unlocking chocolate, importing chocolate will enable us to import tobacco. And tobacco we actually need in order to get us the cocoa beans in. Where's the cocoa beans, by the way? Oh, is it not possible to import cocoa beans? That would be bad for business. That would be extremely bad. I mean, it's not the end of the world yet, but it's definitely going to change a few things. Yes, we cannot import cocoa beans. We can either import chocolate directly. We could also do this in Pentagos, honestly. Or we are importing, tobacco. I think tobacco in Manola and chocolate in Pentagos. We could also just make some bakeries that produce chocolate passively. That might also be an option. Alright, so this is one thing that's working now. We need to import that, and in 9 minutes we're going to unlock chocolate then globally as well, right? So this is something. Next up on the list is the needs for my obreros. And we do need the bombings next and the sewing machines. Sewing machines is easy. We have a look at, for example, my brick trade route. And instead of this Hesperus clipper here, I'm going to take my new ship. Do we have the huge collier out already? We don't. All right. So we're going to set the huge collier on this one here. And we're going to say in Manola, pick up 300 tons. Yeah, let's make it 400 tons of bricks, right? And in Pentagos, take sewing machines. Not 400 tons though, please. This should be fine. And this is already way too much anyway. Once this is working, right? The reason for that is, while we do need sewing machines, the quantity is extremely low, right? So it's at 2 tons per minute. This is basically nothing that we can work here with. And this is already then this good here. And then we just need the bomb bins. Now, if you remember, we no longer need cotton for the fur dealer, right? We are using wool on that. So I have a huge surplus of cotton right now that we can work here with. And this is exactly needed for my bomb bins, because that needs the cotton and it also needs felt. Now, we do have the alpaca farms that are producing for us. I think it's a surplus on that once more, because we're producing the alpaca farms for the fertilizers, right? So the surplus is 4 tons of that, and that would lead to 2 felt producers, and that would lead to 2 bombin weavers, which in turn would lead to 4 bombins per minute. And let's check it out. We need 3. So this could actually work. I probably would like to have just 2 more, please, right? To make this a bit equal, or yeah, a bit safer for us. Let's just see that we can squeeze this in here. Perfect. And there we continue onwards. It is perfect. At least one of them gets in with the fertilizer. I'm fine with that. And we probably can just build another fertilizer then somewhere over here as well, if I have more animal farms down the road. Now that's something. Perfect. Now, the next one is, I just realized we have iron deposits in Manolers. So there is actually the possibility of using, or of actually using the iron here. This would then be extremely valuable for us, of course. Right, so the iron mine, it requires 50 obrers, so we could actually build all of them already, no props, and get the iron in. This might be something once the Docklands gets a bit too tense there, right? This might be a possibility here we're looking at. Alright, let's check it out here. We have a nice surplus of the cotton there as well. So, yeah, that's it. We can actually start the bomb bins right away. And the felt producers. Industry zone wise, I'm not doing it here anymore. We might just have a smaller production for bomb bins out there or over here. And I think we're going with this area. There's already an industry zone now popping up beside the tracks, right? Where we can have this. And yeah, as we know, it's going to be a lot to handle over there. And it's all starting, as always, with a warehouse. And probably also, very important, a fire station. That is something that always starts us, the business. And then we have the bomb bins. For this, we need the felt producer. In that case, we said we go with 2. Let's actually make a up to 4, right? And this would then also lead to up to 4 bomb bin weavers that we can have. And let's have them over there. Actually look towards each other, right? And this can be working right like that. And we could probably, yeah, go ahead and have a whole row here then too, if we want to expand that far. Let's build it. Let's actually upgrade this one here too. Let's build the first 3 and the first 3 bomb bin weavers as well. Quite expensive on the obreras, but of course we're getting a lot of obreras in again once the bomb bins come in. And thus Manoler is happily growing as well. I just have the problem there with the Honoleros. We have a plague over there right now. This is definitely affecting it. We could add some lifestyle needs, so felt here would be a possibility. That is just very little though, right? So yeah, ultimately we just need to build more Honoleros. And this is also something we should do. Let's start with the Hacienda. So once again, here we already have the Honoleros, right? A bit of schnapps might also come in a long way there. Would be helpful. And here is the felt. And since we have a surplus production of felt now, right?
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Oh, very good. The weapons are in. Let's use this quickly because we need to repair more harbor defenses here. Then we just need to wait for a few more bricks. Also, really, it should be done by now. There it is. Yes. No, that's my second oil tanker. Huge collier. Another 6 minutes. I was thinking it shouldn't take that long. All right. Let's get the second oil tanker in. The first one is already on its way back with the oil, and the second one is starting now here. And by the way, also this cotton fabric we can get rid of, right? So I don't need to import cotton fabrics anymore to Pentagos. Now let's head back because we're not done here yet. I might actually have a problem here. Did I miscalculate? No, we're still fine. So I can actually still go ahead with one more felt producer. And with that, we have now 4. And that leads to a surplus that we can use for the lifestyle need of the Hacienda Honoleros. And then we just continue. Yeah, as we can see, the radius goes all the way over there. And I would like to use this. Let's just make sure that we have another main road then here popping over. Right. This goes then all the way to that side. Probably ending there in a chapel or in a stadium. I don't know yet. And then we have the Honoleros as well. The thing is, I always need to fiddle around a bit here with having a look at, yeah, efficiency, but also beauty. We really need to be efficient, to be honest, right? Because we are already, with Manola, coming to the limits here of what we can do here soon. It's a problem, for sure. I could go ahead with another row like this. I would probably just copy this one over. This gives me more obreros, right? Let's blueprint it for now, this whole complex. And behind it, I would probably still like to go ahead with some obreros. And then more. Let's have just 3 more, right? And then we are going with the Honoleros again. In that case here, let's make sure that we can actually squeeze in some 3 of them. Everything else would be madness. There you go. I really want to use that space that we have over there. And probably then also here along the main road for now. Let's build them right away. They're getting the chapel. Yeah, they're getting the chapel demand. They're fulfilled. We probably will need another smaller chapel out there. It's fine. Chapels are really cheap stuff. Let's actually have a chapel at the moment at the end of this road. That's looking fantastic. And with that, they're at least getting their primary demand here, which is the chapels. The rum is coming into. And of course, in these houses, more channelers can live than in the normal houses. So this should also add up then nicely once more. We could actually give them some schnapps as well. I forgot about that. That would be an interesting additional demand met. There is another smaller attack. Yeah, let's use my forces that we have there right now. Trying to protect my fisheries. And you know what? Actually, we could just go ahead with the second Schleswig-Holstein. Let's do this. Right, I'm hesitant to do it really. But let's go ahead with the second one. They're so powerful and we really need them. Even though influence cost is really high there too. Another thing I've just noticed is that Miss Hunt is gathering some ships over there. And there's more ships coming. So she might be onto an attack here on Manola. Right. This might be... I don't know. Just see how we can do this. There's the Kautschuk. We can actually resume the trade routes there. They should not be stuck like that. Another thing I would like to check quickly is if the gods are... There it is! The white flag! I don't believe it. I was actually just doing this randomly now. And we get the white flag. Alright, this is actually perfect. The white flag. I was waiting for it so long. Let's wait for these ships to pass. Let's also have a quick look at Sean. Failure and failure. He doesn't even want my money. With Sean, we're a bit strained there right now. Perfect. We got the white flag. This is changing a few things for us. What is that here, by the way? A reefer ship. What would be the price of this one? Oh. Pentagos? That's just this one over here, right? Schleswig-Holstein has already arrived. My other ships are coming in as well. Bear in mind, we have not boosted them yet. Now they're backing off. I have no illusion that we could take them down, right? These are fully upgraded ships there. So the AI uses a lot of items. I will probably need to turn this ship around already. I mean, the superior range should actually do a nice one. Nah. It has the same range as the battleships. Everything else would have been unfair. Holy cow, it's losing health fast though. What is this? It was going down extremely fast. And I think we're going to lose it, as this battleship here now has taken the chase. Yep. We're going to lose it. Yeah, he wants to do the vital blow there. Incredible. He actually chased that ship down. I don't believe that. I did not believe that the AI would be capable of doing this. Alright, we lost our world warship. It was easy, right? It was going down extremely fast. And that's because those battleships here of the AI are extremely boosted versions. So they're not on par with my battleships, right? My battleships are far inferior to that. And as you can see, we're really biting our nails here on just these two battleships there. With my full force there right now. There's nothing we can do. We're probably also going to lose Oyster Catcher. At least one we can take down, the one that destroyed our ship. Right, but another battleship is going down, and there's still a battle cruiser. And of course, if there's just one more like this one here in the area, we are completely wrecked. So that's that. Yeah, that's just it. We can actually build a couple of them right away, right? So let's build two right away again, and they're not so expensive. There's the huge collier, so Cuttlefish can actually start with that trade route here now. And by the way, let's also take one batch of schnapps and get it over to Manola there as well. right? So that the obrers they're getting, the Honorlers actually getting also their schnapps, so we can boost that workforce a bit further. And that battle cruiser will also go down now, perfect. So he's actually lost at least 2 ships there. It was not so easy on him, or for him, to do this. And let's quickly also have a look here. 450,000, that's too expensive. We can just build it ourselves as well. Let's get that flagship over there. And purchase us that white flag. And with that, we are really well set up, right? We might find the second one that she's usually selling, but that's probably going to take a while. Oh, alright. Miss Hunt settles on a new island. That's always important. She is also digging herself into that area there. And there is another fleet coming in already. Yeah, let's move out. Let's move away there. There's no way we can do anything. Pentagos by night. I also wanted to have a look at that for you. To just see the lights here of my upcoming nightlife district. And with a bit of sweat on my skin, we are going to continue then in the next episode. Stay tuned.